Minister, my colleague Senator Boyan has made the case for all of us. I recall the first day the Lewis track opened in Leopardstown, and I was standing waiting for the Lewis to come out to go into town, and this elderly lady came up to me and she said, "Isn't it marvellous," she said, "that the Harcourt Street line is open again for business?" And in thinking about this piece of legislation and public consultation, I found myself thinking about planners. And the Lewis line was a vacant piece of land, if you want, running the whole way from Leopardstown into Harcourt Street. And in all the years that it was lying there after the close of the Harcourt Street line, nobody touched it. And that was planners who saw the benefit of maintaining that piece of ground for future use. And if we go around the country, there are places, recently I heard people talking about trying to reopen the Clifton line and various other lines, the line from Ennis through to Galway. And these were all preserved to a large degree by planners who had foresight, who were able to think into the future what may or may not be required. And then I think about public consultation and about public engagement. And out where I live in Leopardstown, there has been a number of planning applications over the last number of years. One was to build an 18-storey block down close to where the British Ambassador's house is. And the public were engaged all of the time. The estate I live in, they are totally and utterly engaged in everything that takes place in the local area. And I think there is a fear in this country that we're pulling everything back to central government. One constantly hears local representatives complaining, local city councillors and county councillors complaining that they're losing more and more power as the years go on. And they are the frontline people who, if you want, when development plans are put in place, they're the people who get the complaints from their local constituents. And they are the people who would like to maintain public consultation in any development plan. And I think when we start removing the public and their views, we're running down a very dangerous road. We don't always like what people say. And I do appreciate in recent years there has been some fairly militant groups dealing with all of the different plans of government. And maybe it would be ideal to have a situation where we didn't have to listen to them. But they are the citizens, they are the taxpayers, they do pay our wages. And from that point of view, I think it is vitally important that they are engaged as much as possible in anything to do with the areas in which they live. So from that point of view, I do appreciate that we're at report stage of the bill. I do appreciate that your officials will have advised you as far as possible to resist any changes now. But at the end of the day, Minister, it's your name that will be on the bottom of this act when it finally goes, and you will be the person that will have removed the public from the consultation process. I would ask you to listen to what my colleague Senator Boyan has said. He has years of experience on local authorities. For my part, I never served on a local authority, so I don't know. But I trust my colleague Senator Boyan, and I trust other colleagues that have spoken to me around the House about the need for public consultation. So I'm not going to waste any more of your time, but to ask you to take Senator Boyan's and mine and Senator Keoghan's amendment on board. Thank you very much, Minister. I appreciate your time.